Ever wondered about the rich history of Bosnia and Herzegovina, a country that has seen empires rise and fall? Nestled in the heart of Southeast Europe, this land is a vibrant tapestry woven with threads of diverse cultures, traditions, and histories. From the ancient Illyrians to the medieval Kingdom of Bosnia, the Ottoman Turks to the Habsburg monarchy, each era has left an indelible imprint on the country's cultural, architectural, and social fabric. It's a place where East meets West, where minarets rise alongside church steeples, and where Turkish coffee brews next to Viennese pastries. Bosnia and Herzegovina's history is not just confined to dusty textbooks. It's alive in the cobblestone streets of Sarajevo, the iconic Stari Most Bridge in Mostar, the bustling bazaars, the medieval fortresses, and the poignant memorials. It's a story of resilience and rebirth, of harmony amidst diversity, and of a spirit undeterred by the trials of time. In the next few minutes, we'll take a journey through time, exploring the fascinating history of this land. Our journey begins long before the Slavs settled here, in the era of prehistoric man. As we roll back the centuries, we find ourselves in a time when mammoths roamed the land and early humans were just beginning to shape the world around them. Bosnia and Herzegovina, a land of stunning natural beauty, was no exception. In the depths of its prehistoric caves, archaeologists have uncovered traces of human habitation dating back to the Paleolithic era. These early inhabitants left behind a rich tapestry of artifacts, from primitive stone tools to intricate cave paintings, providing us with a glimpse into their lives. As we transition into the Bronze Age, we witness the emergence of the Illyrian tribes. These tribes were known for their warrior culture and intricate metalwork. They left a lasting legacy on the region, shaping its culture, traditions, and even its landscape. The Roman era, which followed, was a time of significant change. The Romans introduced new technologies, architecture, and social structures. They built roads and fortresses, many of which are still standing today. The Roman influence is particularly evident in the city of Sarajevo, where remnants of Roman settlements can still be found. And then, in the 6th century, came the Slavs. They migrated from the east, bringing with them their own customs, language, and way of life. They settled in the region, intermingling with the Illyrians and the Romans. These interactions resulted in a unique blend of cultures, laying the groundwork for the diverse society that Bosnia and Herzegovina is today. The Slavs established their own political entities, known as Županije, and their leaders, or Župans, ruled over the land. Over time, these Slavic tribes unified under a single entity, marking the birth of the medieval Bosnian state. So, as we trace the threads of history from the prehistoric era to the Illyrians, from the Romans to the Slavs, we see how each chapter has left its indelible mark on the land and its people. With the arrival of the Slavs, a new chapter began in the history of Bosnia and Herzegovina. And this is just the beginning, as there are many more chapters to explore in the rich tapestry of Bosnia and Herzegovina's history. The Middle Ages saw the rise of a unique Bosnian state. This was a time when Bosnia, nestled in the heart of the Balkans, began to carve out a distinct identity. The medieval Bosnian state was formed around the 12th century, and it emerged as a political entity distinct from other Slavic regions. At the heart of this medieval state was the Ottoman dynasty, which ruled with a steady hand and fostered the growth of a multicultural society. This dynasty was characterized by its tolerance and inclusivity, with Christians, Muslims, and members of the indigenous Bogomil sect living side by side. Speaking of Bogomilism, this dualist religious sect became a significant feature of the Bosnian state, influencing its culture and politics. It was a doctrine that rejected the material world and sought spiritual knowledge, adding a unique flavor to the Bosnian spiritual landscape. The medieval Bosnian state laid the groundwork for the multicultural society we see today. It was a time of coexistence, tolerance, and cultural exchange, the echoes of which can still be felt in modern Bosnia. The Ottoman era brought significant changes to Bosnia and Herzegovina. As the Ottomans swept into the region in the 15th century, they brought with them a new religion, Islam. This new faith swiftly took root, its influence seen today in the country's substantial Muslim population and the striking mosques that punctuate city skylines. The Ottomans also introduced new systems of governance and societal structures, shaping the region's cultural and political landscape. Under their rule, the cities of Sarajevo and Mostar grew into vibrant urban centers, their architectures blending local traditions with Ottoman influences. The Ottoman period also saw the development of a unique Bosnian identity, a fusion of indigenous, Slavic, and Ottoman cultures. And then, in the late 19th century, the winds of change blew again. This time, they carried the banners of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The Austro-Hungarian period, though shorter than the Ottoman era, was a time of rapid modernization. Railroads were built, modern industries were established, and Western-style education was introduced. Architecturally, the Austro-Hungarians left their mark with grand public buildings, ornate residences, and wide boulevards, many of which still stand today, contributing to the unique aesthetic of Bosnian cities. But it wasn't just infrastructure and architecture that changed. The Austro-Hungarian era brought a European sensibility to Bosnia and Herzegovina, influencing everything from dress codes to culinary tastes. It was a time of contrasts and coexistence, where Ottoman minarets stood alongside Austro-Hungarian clock towers, where the call to prayer mingled with the tolling of church bells. This period of Austro-Hungarian rule, however, was not without conflict. Nationalistic tensions simmered beneath the surface, culminating in the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in Sarajevo in 1914, an event that ignited the First World War. The Ottoman and Austro-Hungarian eras left an indelible mark on Bosnia and Herzegovina. They shaped its cities, influenced its culture and cuisine, and contributed to the rich tapestry of traditions that make this country what it is today. From the Ottoman minarets to the Austro-Hungarian clock towers, the past lives on in the present, a testament to a history of change and continuity. World War II was a turning point for Bosnia and Herzegovina. The country, previously a part of the Kingdom of Yugoslavia, found itself in the throes of a global conflict. The region was invaded and divided by the Axis powers, with the independent state of Croatia claiming most of Bosnia and Herzegovina. This period saw horrendous atrocities committed, including the genocide of the Serbs, Jews, and Roma. Following the end of World War II, Bosnia and Herzegovina became a republic within the newly formed Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, under the leadership of Josip Broz Tito. This marked the beginning of the communist era, characterized by industrialization, urbanization, and a relative calm in the ethnically diverse region. Tito's regime, despite its authoritarian nature, managed to suppress nationalist sentiments and maintain harmony among the various ethnic groups. However, the death of Tito in 1980 and the subsequent weakening of the communist regime led to a resurgence of nationalist ideologies. The struggle for independence was on the horizon. The early 90s saw a wave of democratization sweeping across Eastern Europe, and Bosnia and Herzegovina was not immune. A referendum for independence was held in 1992, with the majority Bosniak and Croat population voting in favor, while the Serbs boycotted the vote. This marked the beginning of a tumultuous period in the history of Bosnia and Herzegovina. The struggle for independence was not just a political one, but also an ethnic one, as the country's diverse population found itself divided along ethnic lines. The ensuing Bosnian War, characterized by brutal ethnic cleansing and siege warfare, would leave an indelible mark on the country. The path to independence was fraught with challenges, culminating in a devastating war. The story of Bosnia and Herzegovina is a testament to the resilience of its people and their enduring spirit in the face of adversity. The 1990s were a dark period in Bosnia and Herzegovina's history, marked by a brutal war. The Bosnian War, which lasted from 1992 to 1995, was a conflict characterized by ethnic tensions and territorial disputes. It was a time of great suffering, with widespread human rights abuses and atrocities, including the harrowing Srebrenica massacre. The war resulted in the death of an estimated 100,000 people and the displacement of over 2 million, drastically reshaping the nation's demographic landscape. The war ended with the signing of the Dayton Agreement in 1995, a peace accord that established a complex governmental structure designed to maintain a delicate balance among the country's three main ethnic groups. However, the scars of war were deep, and the journey towards healing and reconciliation was long and fraught with challenges. In the aftermath of the war, the country faced the Herculean task of rebuilding its infrastructure, economy, and society. International aid played a significant role in jump-starting the recovery process, with various nations and organizations contributing to the reconstruction efforts. Despite these efforts, the shadow of the war lingered, visible in the bullet-riddled buildings, war memorials, and the stories of survivors. Efforts to seek justice for the victims of war crimes and to promote reconciliation among the different ethnic groups have been crucial in the country's healing process. In the years since the war, Bosnia and Herzegovina has made significant strides towards recovery and progress. The country has worked hard to mend its social fabric, foster economic growth, and rebuild its cities and towns. The resilience of its people is evident in the bustling markets, thriving arts scene, and in the spirit of unity displayed during cultural festivals. Despite its turbulent past, Bosnia and Herzegovina continues to heal and grow, a testament to the resilience of its people. We've traversed centuries, witnessing the rise and fall of empires and the resilience of a nation. We embarked on a journey from prehistoric times through Slavic settlement, uncovering the essence of Bosnia and Herzegovina's beginnings. We then stepped into the medieval era, exploring the fortresses and kingdoms that once stood tall and mighty. Our journey took us further into the Ottoman and Austro-Hungarian eras, each leaving an indelible mark on this land's culture, architecture, and identity. From World War II, we witnessed the birth of an independent nation, the trials it faced, and the strength it showcased. We delved into the heart-wrenching Bosnian War, understanding its impact and the steps towards healing and reconciliation. Each chapter, each era, and each event we've explored paints a unique stroke in the grand canvas of Bosnia and Herzegovina's history. Bosnia and Herzegovina's history is a rich tapestry of cultures, influences, and events, making it a fascinating destination for history enthusiasts.